Okay, the next three problems all have to do with surface area and volume, but they're a little bit different. We're not actually given a shape and we aren't told any of its dimensions, but we need to make educated decisions about what the ratio of different parts of them will be to one another. And we're going to do this in kind of an interesting way. So first of all, I'm going to show you up here how they all relate to each other. If we have two figures, like figure A and figure B, and I make a ratio of their different parts, I can make a ratio of three types of measurements of them. I can make a ratio of their parts, or I can make a ratio of their areas, like their surface areas, or I can make a ratio of their volumes. And they're all going to be very similar to each other, but a little bit different. If you think about it, their parts are like one-dimensional things. So if I had a square to a square, I would just take a measurement of one of the sides, so I'm going to call that S, to another one of the sides of figure A and figure B. So side A to side B. Okay? Now let's say they were still squares, and I wanted to make a ratio of their areas to one another. Well, to get the area of the first square, I would have to take S, that side, and I'd have to square it. And to get the ratio of the second area, I'd take that second side and I'd square it. Side squared over side squared. And for volume, I'd have to do the same thing, except now I'd have to cube them. So I'd have the side cubed over the other side cubed. So we're going to take this knowledge to answer all three of these problems. In the first problem, they tell us that the ratio of the perimeters is 5 to 7. 5 to 7. And we want to know the ratio of the areas. Well, a perimeter is just a one-dimensional measurement, just like this part or this perimeter. This is the same type of a measurement. It's both one-dimensional. So to get from the ratio of their parts to the ratio of their areas, I have to square both of these numbers. So the ratio of the areas will be 5 squared to 7 squared, or 25 to 49. And that's the answer. The next question, number 37, is really similar. Except now we aren't told the ratio of their parts or their perimeters. We're told the ratio of the volumes. So 8 over 27 represents a side cubed over a different side cubed. So in order to get back to what those sides are, I'm going to have to uncube them. And the way to do that is to take the cube root. So I'm going to take the cube root of 8 and the cube root of 27, and that is going to give me a ratio of the sides. On the calculator, the cube root is done by taking math, option 4, the cube root of 8. And if I do that, I get 2. I have to do the same thing for 27, math, for 27. And if I do that, I get 3. This tells us the ratio of the sides. So I went from the ratio of the volumes, 8 over 27, to the ratio of the sides, 2 over 3. But we're actually asked to find the ratio of the areas. So in order to do that, I need to take the ratio of the sides and I need to square them. This will give us the ratio of the areas. So the side squared, 2 squared is 4, and 3 squared is 9. These are the ratio of the surface areas. For 38, similar idea. We're told the ratio of the surface areas is 25 to 36, and we want the ratio of the volumes. So let's look at that. They gave us the ratio of the surface areas. They are 25 to 36. But that represents a side squared over a side squared. So in order to find out what the ratio of the sides is, side A over side B, we're going to have to take the square root of each of these numbers. The square root of 25 is 5. The square root of 36 is 6. So 5 over 6 is the ratio of the the parts. To find the ratio of the volumes, I have to go one more step. So volumes are a side cubed over another side cubed. Side A cubed over side B cubed. Side A is 5, so we're going to want 5 cubed over side B, 6 cubed. We can use our calculator if you're not sure about those cubes. 5 caret 3 tells us that 5 cubed is 125, and 6 caret 3 tells us that 6 cubed is 125. So the final answer is going to be 125 over 216.